And here we are at our destination, the beautiful, bustling tourist town of Nomnon. Not here, too. The whole world is just so dreary these days.
Thank you for saving me.
I wonder what can have made him venture so far from home in the first place. Might it have something to do with why the town is so quiet?
Sounds like a job for Sylph's detective agency. Leave this to me. Agents of happiness, soldiers of smile, go spread some special parade cheer and find out what's going on around here. Let's go to...
Why can I not shake the feeling that Sylvando and I have met?
Da, you are okay. You are not hurt. Oh, what a relief. I was fearing the worst for you, especially after little son has gone missing, you know.
Your boy is missing. Oh.
Ugh, where that selfish child...
You must forgive him. His wife died recently, you know, and now his son is gone missing. It is very hard for him. Do you know of the monster Avarith? She appeared in the village with her foul friends soon after Yggdrasil fell and the darkness. We were paralyzed with fear and could not run away. Then she gathered us all in the square. Give me your valuables, she said. Tell me what is most precious to you. People were so scared. They obeyed her without thinking. They gave her money, husbands, wives. But the wicked creature lied to her. She did not protect the things we gave to her.
Oh, that's just... Oh. If there's one thing I hate, it's dirty, rotten liars. Don't worry, honey. We're gonna get all your stuff.
Really? But Avarith is very strong, very powerful.
Oh, it'll take more than a common thief. You know what they say? A knight's word is his bond.
A knight?
Avarith went south with everything she stole. She has a lair there, I think.
Then let's get after her. We've got an
Your parade looks fun. Where?
Hi there, little one. We're just off to hunt down the horrible, nasty monster who's been kidnapping people from the village.
Is your father named Dar? So you were not abducted? And what are you doing in such a dangerous place? Your father is what?
My father does not care for me. He cares for my mother's necklace more than anything else. He told the monster so. I thought he would say I was the most precious thing to him. It made me very sad. So I decided to follow the monster and get the necklace back for him. But then I strayed too far from the village and became scared.
What your father said was upsetting, I am sure. But this is no place for a child. Come.
No! If you are going after the monster, I am coming with you. I have to get...
Oh, don't be such a spoilsport, Hendrik. We'll look after the little darling. And besides...
Very well. But the boy...
Thank you! Thank you! I will be useful to you, I promise. The monster went that way.
You heard him, everybody! Let's go teach that dirty bandit a lesson!
Now this is a surprise! Not many humans wander in...
Avarice, you fiend! You are going to give back what you've taken and let all the people of the village go. And you are going to do it.
So that is why you are here! Still, I suppose you have shown a lot of courage coming here. It's not going to happen for free. You're going... How about... your most valued possession? That seems like a fair trade.
Wait! If you wish to make a deal, fiend, you must make it with me. I have something for you. Something soft and...
Oh, what is it? What is it?
With pleasure.
Let me see. Ugh, what is... You!
Oh, don't you like it, honey? I chose it especially for you.
You'll pay for this! Avarice will not be mocked. Maybe this will teach you a lesson! Don't bother begging for mercy. Your lives...
That's what you get for being a nasty, greedy girl.
Everybody, are you okay?
We are fine, thanks to you, our brave little son. Avarith only kept us prisoner. She did not hurt us.
You saved us.
Fair maiden, a smile will more than...
Here it is! My mother's necklace! Oh, no! It is broken. I cannot take this back to my father. It will only make him worse.
Oh, of course it... Didn't your daddy ever tell you it's the thought that counts? It could be smashed to pieces and you'd still be his little hero.
All right, time to take Son and the others back to the village in style. Come, darlings, your parade away. You take your time, honey. We'll be having all kinds of fun. Ciao for now.
Stay down.
Hello, Father. I brought Mother's necklace back from the lair of the beast for you. But...
You... Foolish child!
Hmm? Huh?
You could have been killed. And then where would I be?
Huh? But you said that Mother's necklace...
I said it, but I did not mean it. How could I? Don't you see? I did not trust the monster, so I said a lie. I lied because I wanted to protect you.
Rick, I thought you did not care about me.
To think it was all but a misunderstanding. If only he and his father had simply been honest with one another.
Yes, if only. I'll see you both outside, okay?
Father, these are my new friends. They are the ones who rescued everybody.
I cannot thank you enough. The first time we met, when you rescued me, I was searching for... But I had to pretend that I did not care, in case the monster came back and realized that I had lied. I hope you understand.
Where's my friend with the feathers? I wanted to say thank you.
Sylvando left very suddenly. Perhaps...
He and his father had simply been honest with one another.
You scared me! How long have you been stuck?
Never mind. It was nice to see son reunited with his father, huh? But there are some who will never be reunited with their loved ones.
some bridges that will never be repaired. Can I ask you something?
Mordegon he's super powerful, right? Powerful enough to destroy our...
You've seen that power for yourself, but you still want to fight him, don't you? You really are a hero, huh? You know, I thought it was enough, traveling the world, trying to put smiles back on people's faces. But what good is a smile here and there if the Lord of Shadows could snatch it away at any moment? What I'm saying is, I have to leave my beloved parade and come with you. But there's something I want you to help me with first.
It's all well and good me going and getting my head squished by Mordegon,
but I can't do that to my darling boys. So we have to leave them somewhere safe, with somebody who can look after them. Now, I know just the place. Well, there's no good way of saying this. I'm petrified of seeing him. So you have to come with me. Oh, thank you. I knew you'd say yes. Okay, I'm going to go break the news to my little soldiers of Smile.
Darlings, I have an announcement to make. My parading day... No! But do not fear. It will only be for a little while. I will return...
We understand, Sylve. That Mordegon stole...
Yeah, you go and do what you gotta do, Syl. We'll be heartbroken without you, of course, but we'll survive. And if anyone can show that rotten spoilsport what's what, it's you.
Exactly. We'll never get those smiles back if I don't do this. And I won't be leaving you high and dry. I'm going to ask my papi to look after you in Puerto Valor.
Puerto Valor? Surely not. Surely you cannot be Don...
So you finally figured it out, huh? Same old stone-headed Hendrik. All right, my little champions of cheer. Let's go show Puerto Valor how to party!
I cannot fathom it. The boy is unrecognizable, and he has abandoned the name his father gave him. Don Rodrigo. Forgive me for my lack of composure. This has all... Sylvando is none other than the son and heir of Don Rodrigo, the noblest and most revered of all knights. It was always assumed that he would follow in his father's... But the two had a terrible argument, and the boy left Puerto Valor, until now. But perhaps this is not such a bad thing. I have been meaning to visit Don Rodrigo and seek his counsel. Very well. It is not far from here to Puerto Valor. The road will take us north.
So strange. I thought I'd never see this place again, and yet here I am. You go on ahead, honey. I need a second to...
Don Rodrigo, it is I, Hendrik. It has been...
Huh? Hendrik? Ho ho ho! How many years has it been since you completed your training, eh? I have heard many tales of your exploits. To think that the great lump of meat who came to me all those years ago is now...
I had not expected to find you in such good spirits, my lord. As one who owes everything to your kind offices, alas, there has been precious little cause for mirth since last we met. Dundrasil fell, then Yggdrasil, and now the Lord of Shadows roams the land. Don Rodrigo and I have much to discuss. Perhaps you could go and fetch Sylvando while we talk.
Oh, hey, honey. I guess they sent you to fetch me, huh? It's so silly, I know. Here I am, happy to go put my neck on the line in the fight against the Lord of Shadows. And yet the thought of facing Papi makes me want to run away. Seeing that boy and his father in Phnomnon made me think I could do it. That I could finally face him. But now I'm here, You've heard what happened with me and him, I guess. Hendrik told you, huh? It all seems so far away now. Even before I could walk, I was training to be a knight. I would stay in Puerto Valor and follow in my father's footsteps. Then one day, it was so fabulous. I can't even describe it. It was love at first sight. I knew from the second I walked into that tent that I'd found my calling. Getting up on that stage and making people happy, that was the life for me. But Papi, he wasn't so keen. A few plates got smashed the night I broke the news to him, let me tell you. But I wasn't going to let that stop me. Oh no. This was my calling. To make the whole world happy. I would be a knight in smiling armor. He didn't have anything to say to me after that. That was when I knew that I had to go and prove to him that I meant what I said. So I left. Dear me, that got a bit long and emotional, huh? But it's made me feel a whole lot better. In fact, yes, let's do this. It's now or never. Let's go. Hi, papi.
Caramba! Norberto, you dare to show your face in my presence. And you have come to tell me something, see?
I'm sorry, papi. Sorry. So sorry.
Sorry? What are you apologizing for? Foolish boy.
Huh?
You have succeeded in making the...
Not...
Then why are you here, Why did you come back if you have not yet... You said you would do it, Norberto. You said you would make everyone happy. I did not raise you to be a... Damn you, boy. If I were younger, I would put you over my knee.
Wait. Papi, did you say... night? I guess it wasn't very knightly of me to come back before I'd fulfilled my promise, huh? But I had a good...
The Lord of Shadow.
See, how can I make people happy if he is there making their lives miserable? Which is why I'm going to beat him. Only then can I fulfill my vow and make all the people of the world
Careful, boy! Promise to defeat Mordegon. If you so, I will not have you break.
Of course, Papi. A knight's word is his bond. You taught me that. But there's just one thing. I've picked up a few friends on my travels. They're kind of young and kind of innocent. They need a role model, you know? Someone to lead them.
You do not even need to ask, Norberto. A knight serves the weak.
Oh!
Come on, Norberto. Of course, it will be my pleasure.
Oh, aren't you just the sweetest, kindest father a boy could hope to have? Oh, darlings!
What? Oh, don't tell me this is your dad, Sylve. He's awfully manly. I'll feel safe with you.
Norberto, explain yourself.
Now, Papi, let...
Hey, Norberto, where are you? Hey, get your hands off of me! Curse your foolishness, boy! I did not agree to this!
Oh, don't be like that, Papi. How can you lead my little band of boys if you don't look the part, huh? You promised. And didn't you always teach me that a knight's word is his bond? Huh? Listen to me, soldiers of Smile. You serve my puppy now. You must do as he says. Do not fail me.
Please, Sylv, don't go.
Darlings, it breaks my heart to say goodbye, but we have to be strong. As soon as Mordegon is defeated, I'll be right back with you. I'll be home before you know it. And no matter how far I go, no matter how hard it gets, I'll always be with you.
Oh, Sylv, we'll be with you too. Just say the words and we'll...
Thanks so much for all your help, darling. I'm all yours now, I promise. The salty stallion is all yours too, of course. She's anchored off to the east of here.
With a ship at our disposal, other places will be accessible to us. Perhaps now we can seek out your friends in...
Not bad.
Victory!
Diligence is its own reward. So the rumors were true. Erdwin's lantern descends towards Gallopolis. And they say it began when Yggdrasil fell and darkness covered the land. But why? What it...
Erdwin's lantern. Back in Dundrasil, we had a legend that after Erdwin defeated the Dark One, he ascended to the skies as a star, so he could watch over Erdrea for all eternity. That was one of Eleanor's favourite stories, and I always thought it was just that. I'm not so sure. I mean, if the Lord of Shadow's rise caused Erdwin's lantern to descend... Are you even listening, laddie? Oh, charming. Well, I can share my musings with you again if you'd like. Dundrasil, we had a legend that after Erdwin defeated the Dark One, he ascended to the skies as a star, so that he could watch over Erdrea. It was one of your mother's favourite stories. And I always thought it was... But now I'm not so sure. It does seem that the Lord of Shadow's rise has caused Erdwin's lantern to descend after all. Well, I suppose this is no time to be standing around pontificating. The lantern's on course to crash straight into this fair kingdom. We'd best go and see what the Sultan thinks of all this, eh?
My boy, please! Your reckless heroics will get you killed.
Fear not, Father. I will take all necessary precautions. By the time I return, the mystery of the star will...
Ah, it is you. Thank you. What in the name of the... Surely...
It's been a while, Your Majesty? Years, in fact. I haven't seen you since the Colloquy of Kings, and the disaster that...
Lord Robert, please, you must listen. What we were told about the luminary was false. He is not the spawn of the darkness Alas, we were all deceived by King Carnelian. We allowed the world to be destroyed. We brought this disaster upon ourselves.
Oh, come on, Your Majesty. We can hardly be blamed. This is Mordegon's doing. He's the one who possessed King Carnelian and caused all this chaos. This is down to him and no one else.
Lord Robert.
Now, listen. We need to talk about that star. If Erdwin's lantern falls much further, Gallopolis is done for. What do you know about?
Sadly, very little. I have tasked my finest scholars with investigating its origins, but they have discovered nothing. There is one thing that may be of interest. My son Faris claims to have been able to make out runes on the surface of the barrier that surrounds the star.
Runes, eh? This is the first I've heard of a barrier surrounding the lantern, let alone anything being written on it. Was your lad sure of this?
He certainly appeared to be. In fact, he has taken one of our most learned scholars to the Celestial Sands in order to investigate the runes more closely. It is there that we believe the star will make its landing.
I see. Reckon we'd better go and take a good look at these runes ourselves, eh? Shall we head out after the print?
It would put my mind at ease if you would, Lord Robert. I cannot help but worry about him being abroad in such dangerous circumstances. You have my thanks. I will instruct the guards to permit you passage through the checkpoint.
No, you agreed to do this. Come, we must move closer. We cannot hope to read the rune.
But, Your Highness, I am sorry. It is too dangerous.
Do you have a means of deciphering the symbols without entering the Celestial Sands?
Well, no.
Oh, Principal! Hello! Sylvando! What an...
The Sultan said you were out here in the scary sands trying to read runes of a falling star. Huh. Guess you grew up to be quite the brave boy,
I am simply doing my duty to my people. But what about you? What brings you to the sands?
The same thing as you, Your Highness. We have come to investigate Erdwin.
Sir Hendrik? The Sir Hendrik?
You know who I am, Your Highness?
But of course! You are my hero! You are every aspiring knight's hero! To serve under your command is my life's ambition!
I am honored, Your Highness. The courage you have shown in venturing out here suggests that you would make a fine knight, wherever or whomever you serve.
Truly, you have no idea how much your words mean to me.
Sorry to butt in, Your Highness, but might I ask how your investigations are going? You were looking a wee bit frustrated back there when we arrived.
Indeed I was, old man. That fool of a scholar is too frightened to accompany me any further in... I am not one for learning. The symbols will mean nothing to me, which leaves me in quite a predicament.
Well, I think I might be able to help out there. If
you are some manner of wizened ancient? Excellent! The runes can be best seen from the ruins in the center of the sands. Meet me there.
Taking a nap, Principal, and there was me.
Truly, it is even more magnificent when one lies directly beneath it. How many can say that they have seen such glories up close?
You're a special one, darling. Don't go changing. What are these ruins, anyway? And how come they're out here all on their own in the middle of the desert?
Huh? Oh, they have been here forever. Since the age of our grandfathers' grandfathers, or...
Were built for something very important. I just know it. Ooh! Maybe some kind of stage!
You weren't wrong about the runes, Your Highness. I can definitely see some on the side of the lantern. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
You can see me? This means you must be that.
Are you okay, honey? You were talking to yourself, and we all know what that means.
Things past, right?
What's happening?
The lantern!
It's falling! It's falling! It's falling! We're gonna be squished!
Lord Robert, it is not safe here. We must...
Oh, give me a minute, will ye? I think I can make...
Please, Lord Robert, it is too dangerous.
Now none shall challenge me. This world is mine.
Was that the sword?
The lantern. It has disappeared. The star was named for Erdwin, but can such an ominous phenomenon truly be the work of heroes? Was the foul creature wielding the sword?
That was no foul creature, Sir Hendrik. That was the savior of Gallopolis. He's... The kingdom is saved. My people will surely thank me when I bring them the good tidings. I must return to the city and spread the news. Come and find me at the pat... Yes!
Kalasmus. What could...
Why don't we go ask the Sultan? It's his kingdom, maybe he knows something.
Aye.
It is a relief to see you safe, my friends. When the star shattered, I could not help but fear the worst. Faris has explained all that came to pass out upon the sands. It seems a savior appeared and destroyed the lantern before it could lay waste to my king.
Aye. Though, I wouldn't go calling him your savior just yet. Anyway, never mind that now. There's something I want to add. The runes on the barrier around the star, they spelled out a word. Kalasmos. Well, if it was written on the side of a star, you can bet it means something. Yeah, but we can't go letting it distract us too much. Mordigan's not going to defeat himself. We've work to be getting on with.
Lord Robert, your quest to defeat the Lord of Shadows is a noble one. The people of Gallopolis will be praying.
Yes, and if there is ever anything you require, you need only ask. After all, I still owe you a favor.
day, another victory. darling!
It's a wee bit stormy, all of it.
Sylvando, this ship of yours is not about to sink.
Don't mention the S word! I'll have us out of this in just a jiff.
I smell.
That voice. Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
Tremble before the mighty Alizarin. Faithfuls, you dare to enter my realm unbidden.
You're the one who'll be paying, you great big slime. Are you having me on? I just blasted you with pearly gates and you barely even flinched.
The orb with which my lord and master entrust. Now join me in the blackest depth.
And what, might I ask, are you staring at? Is there something stuck to my face? All right. It is rather an imposing... Why don't we try another? No. Still no good. Well...
Not settling on a particular form, hmm? That rather makes me think you might not know who I am. your world, I am known as this. I take on different appearances for different people, you see. By which I mean to say that I look different depending on who is doing the looking. But enough about me. How's the fishing? Caught anything? No, I didn't think so. You're not ready yet, you see. When the time comes, you will know it. When the fish finally takes the bait, you must be ready to reel it in. But until then, you have no choice. You know, I have the strangest feeling I've met one of your companions. Well, no matter. We are not here to discuss him. Come, let us go inside. Take your seat. Make yourself at home. Now, the fact that you're here makes me wonder if you might have taken a bit of a wrong turn somewhere. Ah, so that's it. Worried we've lost the power of the luminary, are we? Well, I'm afraid there's not much I can do about that. But you may think that your power has been taken from you by the Lord of Shadow, but power cannot be taken, no more than it can be touched, or especially not the power of... Still no idea what I'm talking about, huh? Well, no matter. Let me leave you with this thought. When the time comes, you will know. You will... Oh, that's right. You're drowning, aren't you? Well, don't fret. A certain sacred tree tells me it's not your time just yet. Right. We'd better get you woken up, hadn't we? You are the luminary, after all. You have rather an important task to be getting on with. Go. Save the world.
Darling, you're alive! Oh.
When you took that tumble into the sea back there, we all thought you... Oh, it was terrible. We tried to fish you out, but you slipped beneath the waves before we could get to you. But then... Well, it was nothing short of a miracle. There was a bright light, and suddenly... There you were, floating up from the seabed. Somehow we managed to pull you out of the water, give that big, slimy so-and-so the slip, and get here to safety. I still don't know quite how we did it.
What's the matter, honey? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're kidding. You were fishing, and you met a person called the Seer, and they turned into a dog? Oh, come on, silly Billy. You were just dreaming, that's all. You were out for a long time.
You have been through quite an ordeal. You need rest.
Whoop!
Put courage in your heart and lightning in your hand.
There'll be time enough for staring out to sea tomorrow, laddie. Come.
Such pain. I am helpless, powerless. If only I could go back, I would gladly accept eternal damnation.
Please, hear my plea. You...
So we all had the same dream, eh? Just like people have been saying. The poor knight,
Oh, it was tragic. He looked so desperate. I wish there was something we could do to help, but we don't know who he is.
Maybe not. But that was Dracilian armor he was wearing. What do you say, laddie? Shall we go and see what's become of Dundrasil now that this blasted...
Victory is ours.
This place was in ruins the last time we came. But this is something else. Where was I? Would you boys do me a favor and...
Well, don't just stand there, darling. If I'm getting my hands dirty, you are too.
Where does this stairway lead?
to an underground passage that runs beneath the castle. It was meant to allow the royal family to flee should Dundrasil ever come under attack. Right, let's get in there and see if we can find some clues.
Such pain. How dare you? How dare you return here? You took everything. You destroyed everything. You monsters! I will never forgive you!
I'm keen to have a wee chat.
out of it!
Nope, that's life for the old dog yet.
You took my beloved Eleanor.
Eleanor? But that's the old queen's name.
Erwin, last king of Dundrasil. Just a great man, and a fine warrior too, as you've just witnessed. And, most importantly of all, your father. I'm sorry the two of you had to meet like that. What happened to you, Erwin? Come on. What in the...
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my rest.
The voice from the dream.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin. All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought to the last. But with time, that light has waned, and all that remains is the tortured soul you see before you. Lost, I beg of you, help him, free him.
The voice. It's...
That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable. Such... I am helpless, powerless.
Yes, well, of course. We've been waiting a long time.
King Erwin, it is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish feast. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me if I grow a little passionate at times.
It is the first time the rulers of the four kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. A momentous occasion indeed. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an heir to the title of luminary is an event of unparalleled significance.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards! I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is...
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is. How much hope the light he brings represents.
Save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs in the luminary now. Not everyone's going to be happy about that. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one from Eleanor's chambers?
Lady Eleanor. I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you. He's a very special boy, you know. They call him the Luminary. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father, that he can help people to overcome their problems. Just as Erwin.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor. King Erwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the whip? All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy...
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight, you know. Would you look at it thundering away out there? And on some...
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about. We'll keep you safe no matter what, won't we, wee man?
And what about me,
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Your dad's a force to be reckoned with. Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck.
This child, he is the...
He bears the mark. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black...
The final poem in the book of...
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnud with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark. Which brings us to a reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained.
You believe that the presence of the luminary... Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem concern...
It does. World tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the dark...
What are the two of you implying? That the luminary...
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the... Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the luminary may well be what caused...
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the luminary isn't a form...
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since you...
What are you trying to...
Oh. The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings...
King Gustav is right.
Oh, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all here, as the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slight... even when that source is painfully...
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh.
Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, we saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on... The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the... Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a...
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child. The luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his... We must confer upon the luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian, everyone, I don't...
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their...
Let all be as
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the luminary...
Thank you. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately.
everyone!
Where is that?
They have come in force, but they shall not have the Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor!
But King Carnelian, this is suicide!
You need not fret on my behalf. I am not in my dotage just...
Thank you.
King Erwin, there you are!
You're alive! Oh, thank the heaven.
Never mind that now. We need to get out of here, all of us. No matter what happens, I will get you out of here. I promise. We should be able to get out through here.
I feel his presence. Give him to me.
Just you try.
The monsters are everywhere!
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. I think this was... Quickly, in we go. Time to make a break for... I'll deal with him. Get him.
But Erwin...
Run! All right, you despicable. King Carnelian? King Carnelian? Who are you? What do you think you're doing? Your man.
Erwin, is that you?
You're all right. Jade's with Eleanor and the Wee One, Your Majesty. They made it safely.
I see. I shall send my forces up.
Your Majesty...
The bloodline of the Luminary ends.
King Carnelian? Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. King Erwin.
I had no choice. He came at me and Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary. And with...
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters, the loss of... Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring darkness in its wake. After all, without him, this... Yes! I see now! He is not our savior. He is the harbinger of the night to come. The child of evil! He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be permitted to collapse. Find him!
Sire.
He is no harm. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be Eleanor.
This one's misery is just... Which is why I've been drawing out his torture for all these But even the most fabulous feasts must... How does your despair compare, I wonder? Give yourself to misery. This is your most painful memory. Yes. You could not protect your... wallow in it.
Can you hear me? There is a light inside you that can... It is waiting, biding its time. But it is... Now is that time. You are...
This light.
What's happening?
You're back with us, laddie.
This light.
This is the beast responsible for King Erwin's suffering. We must defeat it.
You dare disturb me, no matter.